Gilmore Girls trivia. How many characters did Sean Gunn play on Gilmore Girls? Do, 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 do. If your answer was 3, you would be correct. Technically, he played 3 different characters, not one single character. Let's get into the characters of Sean Gunn and why. Well, the first character he played was Mick. Mick, the DSL installer, who knows absolutely nothing about Lorelai. If he was Kirk in that moment, he would have had a history with Kirk. The problem is, the next time we see him, he's suddenly working for Lorelai at the inn. He's doing the swans, like it's literally the next episode. Now, I don't know if the whole plan all along was to have him be playing different characters every single time. I don't think that was the plan. I think what happened was that they found Sean, they got him for that one role, and that one role was really a finite thing. Like, how many times are you going to have the DSL installer come around? Never. And they really, they wrote another part for the Swan guy, and they're like, oh, we can't find anyone. Not that they couldn't find anyone, but they were like, oh my God, we really like that Sean Gunn character. Why don't we just bring him back? And then when the role of Kirk came around, it was like, wait a second, let's just bring him back as Kirk. Screw continuity. One thing I remember about Amy is they didn't care about continuity. They did not. I mean, they cared. Don't get me wrong. They did care. But if it was for the sake of a joke or the story that they wanted to tell, they were like, screw it. We're doing it. We're making an executive decision. And that's kind of what they did. I think because of the format of television back then, people did not binge watch things. It was a week later. You're going to remember this little tiny character a week later that it was the same person? Probably not. But over time, they created and fully fleshed out this character of Kirk. There were definitely many inconsistencies, like certain words they said in the beginning season. I mean, you could pretty much throw away the first season of Gilmore Girls, and by the second season, everything is really more fully flushed. And for example, Kirk was not the only character that had a name change. Jackson's character at one point in time was Belleville, and then later, at one point in time it was Melville, and then later they changed it to Belleville. And I remember being on set. By the way, hi, I'm Valerie. I was a key set costumer on Gilmore Girls, costume supervisor for a year in life. I remember Jackson being on set going, I think they just forgot that my name was this other name. But I think in the case of Kirk, I think it was just they couldn't find someone that they really wanted to play this little tiny part. They originally had him come in. He played the part. They loved him, and they were like, oh my God, this sucks. We wrote you in a role that literally has no storyline and is very tiny and was not expected to come back, which is why there was no recognition of oh, hey, Kirk, how are you doing? Or rather, hey, Mick. And why didn't they keep the same name? Because Mick was a totally different character.